This story isn't just an urban myth. It's a chronicle of inexplicable events that led to a person's disappearance. We will analyze the final days of Mark Petrov, a young man who always considered himself a pragmatist. His case remains unsolved, and the only lead is a mysterious phone number that is still active. It all began on October 17th. In search of unusual content, Mark stumbled upon an old, half-forgotten forum dedicated to criminal legends. Among them was a post about the phone number 884-287-01310, which supposedly once belonged to a notorious serial killer. The legend claimed that anyone who called this number would get an answer from the killer's last victim, and their life would be ruined. For Mark, it was nothing more than an anecdote, but his curiosity was stronger than common sense. He dialed the number. Instead of a ringtone, he heard a strange, static crackle, like an old radio searching for a signal. Then a barely discernible, hoarse whisper broke through the static.
"Why did you call? You summoned me yourself."
Mark hung up, thinking it was a stupid but well-thought-out recording. But just a few seconds later, his phone vibrated, and a new text message appeared on the screen from the same number. The message contained a single word: too late. At that moment, Mark was still laughing. He didn't know that this was the first of dozens of messages and calls that would become his torture. According to data extracted from his accounts, over the next 2 weeks, Mark received over 300 calls from that number, most of them between midnight and 4 a.m. He tried to block the number, but the calls still came through. One night at 3 a.m., he received a text message with the exact address of his apartment. The text read,
"You have 4 locks, but they won't save you."
Mark confirmed that his door indeed had 4 locks. In the following days, the threats became more personal and specific. On the morning of October 25th, Mark discovered that his favorite childhood photo, where he was with his parents, had been altered. A blurry silhouette had appeared behind his back that wasn't in the original. He deleted the photo, but it kept reappearing. It felt as if someone was controlling his device. Key testimony in the case was provided by Mark's brother. He said that on October 28th, he received a panicked call from Mark. Mark begged him not to take his planned route because, according to the voice on the phone, an accident was supposed to happen there. His brother, although he laughed it off, changed his route. A few minutes later, he witnessed a terrible car accident that happened exactly where he was supposed to turn. This became the first irrefutable proof that something connected to this number had access to information that transcended human understanding. But the most disturbing incident occurred on November 1st. Mark claimed his room door was jammed, and the phone voice on the line mockingly said,
"You're locked in. No one is coming. I'm already here."
An hour later, he managed to break the door down, but he was in complete despair. He even tried to find the owner of the number through hacker acquaintances, but every time they got close to a breakthrough, their computers would freeze and the data would disappear. On November 3rd, according to a friend of Mark's, in a fit of desperation, he threw his phone into a river. It seemed the nightmare was over. Mark was calm for a week. He started leaving the house, socializing with friends, and getting back to a normal life. But on November 10th, while he was at his friend's house, the friend's phone received a message from an unknown number. The text read,
"It's no use. I'm inside your head."
At that very moment, Mark fell to the floor, writhing in pain, and dropped his phone. His friend claims that Mark's phone, lying on the floor, vibrated. The screen showed his own number. When the friend leaned down to help Mark, Mark's voice came from the phone's speaker saying,
"He's right in front of you, and he's screaming, but you can't hear him. Now I see everything through your eyes."
Mark Petrov has disappeared. The police found no traces. His phone, despite being thrown into the river, was never found. The phone number 884-287-01310 continues to exist, but it no longer answers calls. No provider can explain its origin, and all attempts to trace it result in an error. So what happened to Mark Petrov? Was he the victim of a mystical curse, or did he simply lose his mind? And what will happen if someone else, just like Mark, dials that number out of curiosity?